and then do your episode 2 intro.
Yeah, you don't have to introduce us in words because it does it already.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
so all you have to do is be like...
This is Tangent Gaming. No, we are the gaming. This is Tangent Gaming.
I'm Brandon. I'm the brains.
Get that shit out of my face. And this is Elliot.
Ginge.
And my name's Nick. Hey guys, welcome to episode 2. Thanks for watching last week. Oh, I should say we are the hosts for this. Hey guys, welcome to episode 2. Hey guys, welcome to episode... Oh, fuck. It seems to be a common problem there. Games like Dead Space, Resident Evil, all these iconic horror games aren't really horror anymore. So there was a COD and Riddick tablet game. It's very rare for a movie game to be released. That is a really good game.
Basically, in the trailer, you wake up in a plane that has crashed on an island. The thing that strikes me about it is there's no one else in the seats. No one's dead in the seats, you know? It's just you. It's like lost. So that's the first thing that gets me.
Welcome to episode 2. We are Tangent Gaming, and this is the Gaming Tangent. Wow! So, who wants to...
Let's outlash some anger first. Let's start with Amnesia.
Do you wanna?
I think we should.
You think?
Yeah,
let's get the bulk of the
so-
conversation.
Yeah,
out of
let's
the way.
just get our rage through, and then we can be like, you know, fairies and daisies. Later on in the
So,
show.
the latest installment of Amnesia is actually not scary.
Wow.
Scary game, not scary.
No, but
I mean, no, actually, that's a lie. The game is scary. The atmosphere. You gonna cut me off again? The game is scary. The atmosphere and like the Chinese room, I'll give them that. They create a brilliant atmosphere for Amnesia Machine for Pigs, but there's no chase or. You know, I guess the inventory in the first one was apparently clunky and stuff. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but I played through the whole thing. I finished it, so I've seen every bit. I looked on my Steam account, and it said that I played the game for 3 hours. 3 hours I played the game and I clocked it. That in itself is a problem for me. I don't know. It's just. It's not as good as the original. I guess, you know, that's usually a thing with sequels. It's not as good as the original.
Amnesia, when I first played Amnesia, was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, horror movies are scary, but games are like a whole nother level.
Yeah, games are a whole another level because you're in the experience and you feel like the character. One thing about Amnesia: The Dark Descent was there was just this constant, like, fear of, you know, you were in danger, and that's not in Machine for Pigs.
Yeah,
There is this constant sinister feeling. It's a lot creepier. The story is darker. I mean, spoiler alert, in the first game you find out that you tortured all these people and you were kind of sicko. Right off the bat, from the beginning of Machine for Pigs, you pretty much find out that you were a sick fuck and you tortured people.
it's a bit different to Amnesia seeing the Dark Descent to seeing them is you see them and then they run away from you. And I think that idea that you're more frightening to them than they are to you is what
it's creepy, but it doesn't scare you. It's a creepy
It's
thing.
it's
not-
just a creepy game now.
It's
It's not a
Terrifying.
brings me back to the ideas of fear and that kind of thing where you have that moment where it's there and it runs away and it does give you that bit of freak out, but it's nothing compared to shit. If I open this door, it's gonna chase me down 5 corridors until I hide.
There's like no hiding. You'll notice straight away. There's like these weird locks on doors and cupboards. You can't open anything. I mean, they have no inventory, so it's like, why would you go exploring? It's a much linear, scripted experience it's story-wise and atmosphere. The Chinese room, you nailed it. Good going. But you didn't really give us the Amnesia we wanted, sorry.
Well, what I believe is the real problem is that they've stripped away two of the key principles. They stripped away the resource gathering, and they stripped away the insanity meter. Those two things were staples of Amnesia. What I can say is that the Machine for Pigs has striking similarities to their previous installation, Dear Esther, which had this very creepy, very vibrant feel. Dear Esther, you could clock that game in about 2 hours.
Just clarify, Dear Esther is a game from the Chinese room who developed the Machine for Pigs for frictional games or together with frictional games.
And then
so Dear Esther is more of a
Artistic
game. It's been joked about that it's a walking simulator, which is quite funny. Anyway, carry on, Prateik. Hold on, I'm going to shut the door.
The thing is though, Dear Esther had a very strong story. All I can say about the story, without spoiling anything, is that you wake up on a weird ass island. That's it. If I go into anything else, that would be a spoiler.
okay.
There's one more door you can close. Well, it's true.
Like Dear Esther had no puzzles. It is a very strange, very amazing story. The thing with Dear Esther is that you didn't have to do anything. It was all about the character speaking. And that was an immersive experience. Because you actually had to go around and you had to find out about this island. And the deeper you went in, the creepier, the more twisted things became. Just like for Machine for Pigs. But I'm beginning to question why Machine for Pigs took so long. I mean, they've had to pause it.
Everyone who was hoping for the sequel to pretty much one of the scariest horror games, it's not. It's an artistic nightmare game, and you just walk through it, and you experience the creepiness and stuff, and then you get to the end, and you're like, that was a good movie experience.
It sounds to me like the type of Amnesia game I would be able to play, as in I'd actually be able to clock it. You know what I mean? I could clock it because I wouldn't go insane crying myself to sleep.
That's the funny,
when I play it,
the funny thing.
But still think it's creepy,
After playing it for a bit and not being chased by anything for about an hour and a half, I kind of was interested to see what other people thought of the game as well, and it was really interesting to see how top companies were ranking it out of 10 and kind of that kind of thing, and it was unusually high. And also I kind of didn't agree. I don't know, maybe my opinion was just I expected more, or if I have really high expectations, but also people were commenting as well, and it was hot and cold. Some people were like, this game is awesome, I could actually finish it this time, I loved it, this is exactly what I was looking for. Other people were just like, this was depressing, I couldn't even be bothered finishing it. I wasn't even frightened like the whole way through. It felt like a walking simulator. Exactly like that, and I was just really interested to see how hot and cold people felt about that game.
If you're one of those people that just you're not that interested in it, you don't really want to finish it, finish it, because it's worth finishing. It is a good story. I would even say it is a better story than the original Amnesia.
I didn't really go, I'm going to pick up the new Amnesia so that I can enjoy the story. I picked up the new Amnesia so I could shit my pants halfway through the game and leave.
There is a noticeable vamp up in the voice acting. The voice acting is a lot better because there's not as much of it actually. You pick up notes, you have to read them yourself. There's not a single note in the game where you pick it up and there's dialogue with it. The story is better, and the atmosphere that the game creates is actually better than the original. It's just not scary. Even the enemies, the monsters that chase you, those pigs are fucking terrifying. If there is a chase, if there was just one good chase in that where you had to hide in a cupboard or something, it would be terrifying to hear that pig just walk around. Like the sounds they make are horrible.
I'd say it was better.
For me.
It was better.
It was better, but they just missed the key features that made the original so terrifying and great, really.
It is a good game, but it's not the sequel to Amnesia.
Yeah, which justifies its high scores from review websites. Anyway, we should probably move on to our next topic.
Sweet.
So Sony has released a new thing called the Vita TV at the same time as releasing the Vita 2000. So the Vita 2000 is like a remake of the of Sony's PSP Vita. Is it called PSP Vita?
No, it's just PS Vita, I think.
PS Vita.
Yeah, the Vita.
So the Vita has come out with
Vita
a new...
means like life or something.
Does it?
So if you guys want to buy a Life 2000, it's going to be available pretty soon. And I think it's just like a redesign of the Vita. I'm not too sure what the changes are. It's probably just a few structural things and maybe some hardware, but other than that, not much. It was announced at the Japan Sony conference. So the PS Vita TV thingamajig that's coming out is it's announced for 14th of November.
Fuck!
I can't say it because you're not saying announce it then. So it was released on the 14th of November in Japan, so that's Japan time. So and it's going to be, in terms of price, converted to I think it's US dollars. It's going to be $95 US roughly. Basically, what it is it's kind of Apple TV, and it's for all your Sony products. It's for playing your Vita games on your TV, for playing your PSP games on your TV.
Sorry, I just find it really dumb.
It says... Wait, so the TV thing itself is a connection to the Vita that connects to your TV?
It's like not a TV.
It's like
Stop.
It's this revolutionary new thing.
No, it connects to the Vita, which then connects to a TV.
Let's clear this up. It's
Yeah.
not
It's
a
a little
TV.
box.
It's like a hard drive, small hard drive sized.
Yeah, very
device.
tiny, like that big.
It's got only 1 gig space on it, so that's for saving games. That's not for holding games.
Yeah.
But you can
It connects
unhook it.
up to your TV.
Yeah, and then the Vita
connects
connects to that.
wirelessly to your household items that are Sony products. What it is, what I'm really looking forward to, is one of the features. I'm not even sure that this is confirmed yet, but what they think it's going to be is one person can be sitting in a lounge playing PlayStation 4, and they actually wirelessly transmit the same visuals onto another TV in the house.
And someone.
So people can watch you in like a different room. So if you want to have your friends over, you can now separate yourselves from each other and not see each other's faces.
Nick will love that.
Together.
Nick will love that. Stop talking to me when I'm playing games.
From what I understand, the TV will also let you play PS1 games and PS2 games.
Yeah.
I think that's the
okay,
only
that's cool.
thing that makes my ears perk up.
Well, no.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
The
really
Vita,
cool.
it's the Vita that's doing that though.
All it is really is just you're connecting this box up to your Vita. It's wireless. It's wireless.
It's all wireless.
And then that box connects to your TV.
Yeah.
Through HDMI.
So it's like
and has
it's
a
like-
connection.
it's
It's
like
like
having
having
a PS3.
It's like no. It's like having a Vita plugged into your TV and you using a DualShock 3 controller to control the current gen games.
Yeah.
Later on, you're going to have to get a DualShock 4 to play any of the PS4 games that you want to play through that system.
It's just another way to do something you can already do.
I mean, it is. It's cheaper. It's. I guess it's. It's neat.
There you go.
It was
Yeah.
announced at the Japan Sony press conference or whatever. They had this thing, and I think that says something. It's aimed at the Japan audience. It's not aimed at us. I look at it and I think it's the dumbest thing ever. But it's just a waste of money. But if they're advertising it to the Japanese, then that's their target. I think they know what they're talking about. They must do. So I think the Japanese will probably buy it and it will sell really well.
As far as I see via TV and internet and stuff, Japanese people love that kind of shit.
Do they?
From what I see, they always little things, you know what I mean? They always like little things.
But why do you want 3 devices in your house that do the same fucking thing? It's
No.
like...
Fucking why not?
Yeah, Xbox One, man. You have got one. You've got the one box to rule them all, with another box to store the games, and another box to store even more games.
Yeah, okay, so clearly Microsoft is going down the one box to rule them all, and Sony's like, well, we're going to make 50 boxes. Fuck you!
But that's so you can can choose which ones you need. though.
Variety, bitch.
Yeah, variety.
It's just
Why not give people more choice? You
No,
know?
I mean I do.
Someone in
Everyone
Sony
else
has just got a raise for saying in one of the meetings
Yeah.
just before the release dates, let's do everything opposite of what Microsoft.
Microsoft is doing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, people are like, oh, well, now that Xbox is done on 180, there's like no difference between the two systems, and it's like,
Well, you're
one
wrong.
box, $100.
2000.
That's a huge
2000.
freaking difference, man.
Also, just going into the conference, they announced the PS4 release date for Japan.
Say that again without looking at your paper.
The 14th. The
No,
20th.
the 22nd of February 2014, PlayStation 4 is being released in Japan.
Your thunder just got
Yeah.
stolen.
Who's got your bow?
Ghostbusters!
Oh, and also,
I got it. That was good. You missed it.
2000 series is also going to be released in Japan on October the 10th, 2013. So they're going to get there.
Laptop ones.
Yeah.
There was also a rumor.
There's a
The
rumor.
PS4 will stop videos being uploaded onto YouTube.
If it's true, I don't think it's true because it sounds way too of a dumb
So we
idea.
can't watch
my
YouTube
idea.
on the PlayStation.
No,
No,
we
you
can't
can't
upload the
upload
videos
your
that we
videos.
record through the new share mechanic onto YouTube.
Yeah.
It has to be, I'm guessing, in this Sony cloud-based video.
Yeah. So people will watch it
Oh.
on the Sony thing.
Yeah,
They have
you
to
can't
access the
watch it on
Sony
YouTube.
thing to watch your gameplay videos.
Which is fair enough because they aren't linked to Google and YouTube and all that
Yeah.
too much. So I understand.
But if you linked... I don't know.
I don't think it's a rumour about restriction, it's a rumour about them just not putting it in place. They're not putting it in place, but when you click share, you can't choose YouTube or Sony or both. It goes to the Sony thing that's already there, because that's what they've made. That's what they've made.
I think
you know,
that's probably a good idea because it's definitely better to use a capture card to take video and put on YouTube.
Put it on YouTube, yeah.
Because capture cards are designed for that kind of thing.
You edit it before you
Using
put it on YouTube. and stuff.
onboard console mechanic to make that happen, I don't think it's going to be as good. And it means, I reckon, that if they did do it straight to YouTube, we just get sprayed with shit tons
Of
of
crap.
videos.
Yeah.
And YouTube is
I think-
probably
yeah.
exactly. It's probably YouTube saying to them, "You're not doing that."
Yeah.
But this is, but it is they said that this one was originally made to stop people from streaming movies they watched on the PS3 on PS4 up onto
Well, if it stops that too, I think if this rumor
That's
is
a good
true,
It sounds good.
there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not
Yeah.
really
I
bothered.
don't really
Now
see
that I'm actually thinking about it and I'm assessing what it actually is,
Think
it's
logically.
nothing. Yeah, it's nothing.
It's
logically,
not important.
don't get angry just straight away.
Yeah.
Because
But a lot of people are quite angry at this. They're like, oh, they're taking away.
Oh,
our
there's
freedom.
always
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
people
always
who are
gonna be-
butthurt.
It's the
Properly
5
about
year olds
it,
who
you
can't
know what I
afford
mean?
a capture card.
I don't have a capture card. I don't need those.
5 year olds that can't afford to get that. Yeah, just get a PC.
Just get PC.
Master Race!
I just wanted to take this moment to say that I'm really glad that I have friends like Prateik who look worse than me.
Jake, back to you.
This week it's not my fault. Prateik fucked up. And if you don't see Prateik in next week's video,
Don't be surprised.
don't be surprised. Because he'll be dead.
Not real dead, just game respawn dead.
Yeah, we'll respawn eventually.
Just a really long respawn time.
We've set the timer.
Oh, about one
30
galaxy.
seconds.
That doesn't even make any sense. One galaxy.
No, he'll be dead. Anyway, so yeah, we were talking about Titanfall. It does look a bit like Call of Duty, but I think it has enough to differentiate it from that franchise.
Yeah.
That I think it's going to be good.
I'm looking forward to playing next Titanfall. Because I don't get them. I don't get games enough. I don't buy them. I just play
But
them.
also, this brings me to this article that I read talking about EA. We all know EA does a yearly rotation of games. The other year they were doing Battlefield and Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor didn't sell very well for them, so they took it out of their yearly rotation. With Battlefield 4 coming out soon, they announced that their new rotation cycle is going to consist of Titanfall, which we just talked about, Battlefield, still on that list.
Battlefront as
Battlefront, the Star Wars game, Star Wars Battlefront, and Dragon Age. Four games that we know about. Apparently, there's another 2. They're going to be part of EA's yearly rotation. This kind of brings up like the whole mindset of having a yearly rotation. I guess from a company's point of view, it is good to like, oh yeah, we've already planned ahead. You know, we know how much money we're going to make, how much money we're going to spend. That makes sense. I get that business wise, but I don't know if announcing it was that good of an idea, because it does get this. It makes the consumer like, oh, well, they have that mindset. They have this mindset of they're just products that we get out yearly.
But to the company, that's what matters.
I still think it's a good idea, though. I like the fact that they're releasing...
saying that, it is a good idea.
Yeah,
because instead of having just Battlefield and Medal of Honor, they've got 6 games. Six games. They've got 6 games up, which is a lot more than just 2. 6 is more than 2 kids. That does kind of create like a lot more time to polish and make the games that they have put into this yearly rotation pretty decent.
Yeah, I like it. Like you said, it's to polish. I like the idea that they're doing the yearly rotation. The game should be more polished rather than just releasing a new sequel or whatever to whatever game it is every year. You know what I mean? Like instead of a Battlefield game every year, they're gonna the rotation.
But
is a good idea.
Do you think that announcing this was a good idea?
No. Keep things hidden from the people. I know it sounds sound like a bummer.
It's dumb. Like we're saying, it's a good idea, but you shouldn't have told us. Like this is one of those. It's better not knowing, because it is one of those things that gets into gamers' mindsets. It's like they've put franchises that I love, or that I'm going to love, with like games we haven't played yet, up on this rotation as some kind of product that they're just gonna push out every year. And
no, but I don't see it that way. I see it as people are going to be more pissed off because they're going to be like, oh, that means I know I have to wait for the next one of that game, and then when the next year when it's a different game, and then have to wait for another one. You know what I mean? Like people are just pissed off because they know they have to wait.
Well, maybe it's both. Thing. Maybe it's both of those.
Yeah.
I think from a company's point of view, this is a good idea. In terms of a publicity point of view, as in telling your media about it, it was a terrible idea. There's in gaming, there's gaming, and then there's the business side of it. This should have stayed business.
Yeah. Be funny, yeah. Just for cheeks.
Fuck.
What have you written down there, Nick?
I've written down. It's just you brought up Dishonored, and it just got me thinking like they've pretty much already announced another Dishonored game. Like there's another Dishonored game in the work.
They've announced that they
want to make it a franchise. Yeah, they want to keep doing it.
They haven't until the second game really is released.
Yeah. But like with that, and then the people who made Borderlands have also said, there is going to be a Borderlands 3, and Assassin's Creed. Their yearly rotation is Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft's. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Stuff.
Hey.
What was I talking about?
Dishonored.
franchise.
And Assassin's Creed 3. So it's like
Franchises.
when a game gets good publicity and it's revered as an amazing game, and it gets really good ratings and stuff, and it becomes a hit. They roll with it.
We keep getting interruptions.
Yeah.
Companies seem to think now that our game has done so well, we just need to keep putting more and more out of it.
Yeah.
And they're kind of getting ahead of themselves,
and they end up making a shit.
And they end up either making a shit sequel or just it makes the consumer, the person that buys the game, feel cheap a little bit.
Yeah. Again. Fuck me.
So what was I saying? Companies,
franchises,
you feel
companies.
cheap.
You feel like you just got
The consumer,
treated
the person who
sexually,
buys
and they didn't even buy you dinner.
stuff like Assassin's Creed. They still make the games they put out are good, even though they're we're getting a lot. we're getting really popular. Let's just keep putting them out. And there's like the games they keep putting out are actually really good. But it's just when I had a point. No, what do you guys think? You could put your input because we need like not just.
Well, I stopped playing Assassin's Creed after.
I don't want to hear. Okay.
Two
I
because
said put your input, but not go. Oh, the fucking Assassin's Creed.
No, I'm Nick.
Maybe that's
One
the
little
focus.
baby. Woo, woo, woo. Let me finish my fucking point, you asshole. I didn't want to. I stopped playing it because after number two, and how amazing number two. And after number 2, they kept releasing them. I'm like, wait a minute, why do I even buy them anymore? I'll just wait till they release the very latest one, and I know the very latest one will have all the updates, all the information, nicely bundled up, right there. So what's the point? I'll just wait for the most amazing experience ever. Also, you kind of feel.
I completely disagree with that.
Also, like
Well, then say something.
Say something. Speak up
Who
now.
the hell wants to play a game and get fragments of all the shit that's in the games before it?
No, I'm saying that the
I
other
want
game.
every game, and I want to know the whole thing, the whole backstory. I want to know everything. I want to understand what I liked from one game and why I liked it. I don't want to play the most recent game and miss 5 ones for the 5 years
But
before.
the
it.
other
Like,
games, though, so many have so little to do. Like number 1 to number 2, that was a huge leap. Number 2 to like Brotherhood,
that was big as well.
it weren't that big a leap. Then from Brotherhood to Revelations, not as big a leap either.
So that makes
Why is
number-
Nick not butting in right now?
From
Nick
that-
knows more about this.
From that to
than
number 3, though, that was a huge leap.
Okay, I played every Assassin's Creed game. So,
every.
and you're saying that you didn't. So do you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I get the feeling you don't.
But yeah, no, that is kind of a point that I was trying to make, but I forgot. Is that the games, they come out as fragments, but it's not like a full package.
Yeah.
And because they're like, well, we have to get them out because people will buy them, and I don't like that. That part of this whole like the companies, they roll with the hype of a game, and then they end up making shitty games that are fragments of what their sequel should be.
But you're saying Assassin's Creed wasn't shitty, though.
Assassin's Creed was a good game,
Yeah, it was a good
I'm talking
but
about
it
the games
was
that you-
fragmented. But it was still a good game.
Well, that's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
see,
the
still
idea.
got the whole series
That's kind of
and-
the idea of Assassin's Creed. Is you're meant to learn a little bit every time.
I think we chose a pretty bad franchise to pick for this conversation
He picked it.
today.
Um,
If we want to brag, if we want to talk negatively about franchises, we can talk about Call of Duty all day. If, you know,
Not all the Call of Duties are that bad.
shut up.
No, next,
Close
Yeah.
off.
we're all tired or something.
let's shut it down.
We're like little kids. We
Yeah,
need to
we're
stop.
sick of this shit.
We need to stop.
I'm sick of his shit. I'm sick of your shit.
I'm sick of
his
your shit.
I'm sick of your shit with your laptop. He's like, oh, I'll get all the facts, and then I'm like, how much did it cost? Doesn't even give me it.
Elliot, you did the outro last week. Do you want to do it this week?
See you later. It's time to say goodbye.
You want to do the outro?
Go
Okay,
back.
all of our
Go.
Prateik's gonna do the outro. Okay, go Prateik.
See you later, Prateik.
See you later next time.
See you later. This is. We are Tangent Gaming. This has been the Gaming Tangent, and we'll see you next week. Fuck me.